30 quarterbacks of the Super Bowl era. I just did 30 just because I was going to do 25, but I'm about to do the first five out just so I can update it every year. This is going to be the first annual one. I did one before, but I had forgot to put Russell Wilson on there. So actually, Wilson might be over golf. Hold on, let me see. My last five, ignore it, but I know that's the last five. But I'm gonna put it in the order that I think because I just did this like Flacco, Frank Tarkenton, Dan Fultz, Jared Goff, and Wilson. Wilson might be over him. No, no, he's not. I just thought about it because Goff when he was with the Rams, he got to the Super Bowl. Even though Weston got to Super Bowl and won one. Wilson, but then what he did with the Lions this year, 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and the season before that 29-7. I think he had that shootout with Patrick Mahomes. I know it's one game, but he proved that he can throw with anybody. I just think if you just look at the eye test, um, I think Goff got a stronger arm to be honest, but Wilson didn't make mistakes or like that. I think Goff threw more picks than him. But number one, Tom Brady. Um, he got the rings, Super Bowl MVPs, the numbers, the performances in the Super Bowl, performances in the playoffs, AFC Championship games, stuff like that. Brady got it all. Number two, Joe Montana. The guy went to the Super Bowl 4 times and didn't throw no interceptions. Won two Super Bowls without Jerry Rice, two with Jerry Rice. So he just debunked every narrative that might have been out there. Oh, he had Jerry Rice. He won two without Rice. Shout out to Rice. But yeah, Joe Montana is a beast. And then we just watched the eye test. He's just cool, calm under pressure, man. They don't call him Cool Joe for nothing. I watched a couple full seat Super Bowls because I was older. I mean, I was still young. I just remember him with the Chiefs. I don't remember Joe with the 49ers. Of course, he was a legend. I know who he was, but I didn't get a chance to watch him like that. So, but I still got him too. And I know numbers because I used to look at numbers and be like, oh, numbers this, numbers that. But you got to look at what era they played in, how many times they was throwing the ball. They let corners do more back then. Like they didn't call a penalty on a lot of plays. So you got to put everything in perspective. Number three is Peyton Manning. Probably the most accuracy. He probably number one. Just watch the eye test. He put the ball right where the receiver needed. But he got 5 MVPs. He got the most first team All Pros. I won 2 Super Bowls, one with the Broncos, one with the Colts. He got a Super Bowl MVP. The fact that he went to Denver and did it, he dominated in Denver, man. So let me go to that real quick. Peyton Manning got two of the top 5 quarterback seasons of all time. The 55 touchdowns, the most in a season, and then the 48 touchdowns was the most in the season at that time at 04. And that was a tougher passing era, and he sat out he only played like one. I think he only played he didn't play past the first quarter in the three of those games because they was 13-0. I think they ended up being 14-2 or 15-1 or something like that. I don't know. 04 they was 12-4, so they wasn't 13-0. I'm tripping, but they had three. They didn't have to win no more. They clinched the playoffs within week 14 and 15. So, but we know what he did with the Colts. We already know that. Then in 2011 he had 4 neck surgeries. Came back in 2012 with 68.6% completion percentage on 4,600 yards over. 37 touchdowns, 11 picks with a 105 quarterback rate. Then he came back the next year with 5,400 yards, 5,477 yards with 55 touchdowns and 342 yards per game and 115 quarterback rate. That might be the best quarterback season of all time. And then he came back again with 4,270 and 4,727 with 39 touchdowns, 15 picks. This when he started to, you can tell with the 15 picks that he started to decline a little bit. He had a 101.5 quarterback rate still. And then the last year he started 9 games. I still think he didn't get a chance to get in the rhythm. He had 9 games. He went 7-2, under 60% for his first time completions besides his rookie year of his career. And he had 2,249 with 9 touchdowns, 17 picks. So that's when it was over with. But still got his team to the Super Bowl. His leadership, man, he made a few throws in the Super Bowl, like the 2-point conversion and all that. Didn't throw no picks. He just played solid game manager, but I mean, this is what Brady did his first one. So people don't take that one away, so people shouldn't take it away from Peyton. I'm just being fair. Brady, my favorite player of all time, favorite quarterback of all time. He's my second favorite player behind Moss. I'm just saying you gotta be fair, man. Like Peyton, I mean Brady get blanket credit for those Super Bowls. The one they only scored 13 points, I think, against the Rams, and they won. People give Brady credit for that, and it won the first one against the Rams when it was like I don't think he threw he threw one touchdown, no picks, and he only threw for like 145. But I still think he deserved the MVP. I'm just saying though, let's be fair now. Like Peyton Manning, he was out there as a starting quarterback. He deserved the credit for the championship. Number 4, Patrick Mahomes. Um, it's early, but he just accomplished so much, man. The fact that he won multiple MVPs, I think he got 2 seasons where he threw 50 touchdowns. No, it's one, but and then when Tyreek Hill left, he erased those questions. I never really said it, but you still heard some people say he got Tyreek Hill over the top. But even without Tyreek Hill, and that's probably my favorite player in the NFL right now, Tyreek Hill. Well, Tyreek Hill, Mahomes actually is, but he threw for 5,097 yards with 50 touchdowns. I was right. He threw. My bad, y'all. He threw 5,250 with 41 touchdowns in 2022 without Tyreek Hill. So, yeah. Number 5 is Aaron Rodgers for 5 MVPs. Touchdown to interception ratio is ridiculous. Arm talent, eye test, so he passes everything. The number 6, I put Unitas in between because I can't disrespect the old school. He played in the Super Bowl era too. Won a couple Super Bowls. He was the best quarterback of his era. Won 3 NFL MVPs. Can't really look at the stats. Because the stats, they was throwing a lot of interceptions. It's just like a different game, and those guys had to be innovators too, man. They had to. The NFL, it's like trial and error, man. Like, okay, this decade, we're gonna change this. We're gonna change next year. We're gonna change this. They got it to where it is today. Them old school players, man. So shout out to Johnny Unitas. Number 7, Dan Marino. If we're going by talent, of course I take Dan Marino. But number 7 is Dan Marino. I think he's just too talented of a quarterback to say he don't have a ring and put somebody like Breeze with 1 over him. Stark got a lot of rings, but it was a different era. Elway got 2, but I don't think Elway's better than Marino. But yeah, Marino didn't get a 1,000-yard rusher, I don't think, to 96, and that's the year they went to the Super Bowl. And Dan Marino got drafted to Miami, which wasn't a powerhouse back then. It was mainly San Francisco and Dallas. That was some great games, by the way. Shout out to the Cowboys fans and the 49ers. That was some great games in the 90s, man. The Packers, too. Brett Favre made them relevant, really. I don't want to say that because he won with Bart Starr, but I'm talking about, it's like when Favre was out there, he was able to compete, had him competing every year. But number 7 is Dan Marino. 8 is Drew Brees. Drew Brees, I think he got 1 MVP. He got the numbers. And his playoff performance was great. I think he got like 34 touchdowns, like 10 picks or something. Like, so that saved him in the top 10. Because I don't just look at just the cumulative stats. Number 9, Bart Starr. The reason why I put Bart Starr over Elway and Favre just because Bart Starr won the first 2 Super Bowl MVPs, and his playoff numbers is better than both of those guys, like way better. I'm gonna talk about Bart Starr, Brett Favre, and Elway in the same segment. So I got Starr 9, Elway 10, Favre 11. This is my first time ever having Favre out the top 10 ever, because I remember in the 90s cheering for Brett Favre. I just remember those days, like him and Steve Young and Marino was my favorite quarterbacks of the 90s. I used to cheer for all of them. More so Favre though out of everybody though, but I just gotta be real. The mistakes and the interceptions, man, that hurt him. But in the playoffs, Bart Starr got 15 touchdowns on like 3 picks, and he got a 104.8 quarterback rating. So I got him number 9. Bart Starr number 9. How many regular season MVPs he got? He got they won 5 championships, like 2 Super Bowl MVPs. He got 2 Super Bowl MVPs. He got 5 championships. So he won 3 championships pre Super Bowl. That's why I said this is a Super Bowl era. But he had a chance to prove himself too in the Super Bowl era too. So he won MVP once too. So John Elway got 1 MVP. Favre got 3, that's crazy. He got 3 MVPs in a row. That's really good. Favre number 11. Number 12 is Roger Staubach. Didn't see him play, just going by. I heard a lot of people say he was good. I mean, Skip covered him, and I know I can skip a lot of flack, but to do those guys' job on TV is not easy. And I'm not questioning this. His football knowledge ain't that bad. It ain't bad because like Roger Staubach, he covered. I think he covered the Cowboys, and he was a Cowboys fan, so he know that. Just like from looking at other lists, I had to put Staubach in there. I never seen him play though. Number 13, Steve Young, one of my favorite quarterbacks growing up. Um, Still want to get like his jersey or something eventually. But yeah, Steve Young, he got to a late start. Um, he could throw and everything. Don't get me wrong, he cold, but I got to take into consideration of Jerry Rice, and then after Jerry Rice left, he got Terrell Owens. They both are my top three. 14 is Terry Bradshaw. Won 4 Super Bowls. I know Lynn Swann won one of those MVPs. I can't remember how the Super Bowl MVPs went, but Terry Bradshaw, man, his Super Bowl numbers is either the Super Bowl or the playoffs. He went crazy. I kind of did my research. I think it was the Super Bowl numbers was second. Like he got the second best Super Bowl numbers behind Joe Montana. So that counts for something, man. You got it. He did it when it counted, just like Eli. So 14, 15 is Troy Aikman, one of the most accurate quarterbacks. He got the job done, man. Dude won championships as the starting quarterback. So 16 is Big Ben. He did it with Antonio Brown, without Antonio Brown. Um, him being hard to sack and him being able to move a little bit and run. And he been in 2 Super Bowls. Number 17, Jim Kelly, been in 4 Super Bowls. Got the arm talent. Very great quarterback, man. 4 Super Bowls. Took the Bills to 4 Super Bowls in a small market. Number 18, Warren Moon. Jim Kelly, Warren Moon, Kurt Warner, Ben Roethlisberger, Eli all was close, 16 through 20. But I got Big Ben, 16, Jim Kelly, 17, Warren Moon, 18. Um, the guy had a flashy style. Like his throwing, it's just fun to watch him throw the ball. And then I got Kurt Warner, 19. Um, Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt both in my top 20 wide receivers of all time. I got that list coming next. And then Marshall Falk, top 10 running back. I got him like number 8. So he did have talent around him, but Kurt Warner went to Arizona and did it too. But I got Fitzgerald like the 6th best receiver. But Kurt Warner, for him to get off to a late start, I think he was in another league or something. And then he came to the NFL like at 27 or 28 or something. And then he had a great career and made the Hall of Fame. Well, I think he won 2 MVPs too. Been in 2 Super Bowls. One against the Titans. They beat them. Titans lost by a yard. And then they came back 2 years later and went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Patriots. A Vinatieri kick. And then number 20 is Eli Manning. Enough said. 2 Super Bowl MVPs. He just did it when it counted. He made the throws when it counted, like the throw against the 49ers in that 2011 NFC Championship game. The throw to Manningham in the Super Bowl. The throw to David Tyree in the Super Bowl. The game-winning touchdown pass to Plexico Birds in the Super Bowl in 07. The year the Patriots went 18-0. They was 18-0. And then, Eli. Yeah, 21 is Cam Newton. He had that great. It's just like quarterback play. Like he can throw the ball and he can run. So that's a lethal combination. Dual threat quarterback. Led that Panthers team to a 15-1 record and got to the Super Bowl, and they only lost to one of the best linebackers of all time, Von Miller, outside linebacker, and the third best quarterback in my opinion of all time, and Peyton Manning. So, yeah, that one I was stuck between because I wanted Peyton to get one more because I'm a Peyton fan too, but Cam Newton was my favorite player though. So at that time, so I don't know. I just feel like he had more years. You know what I'm saying? He had more years. You know how I go. Like Peyton is a legend, man. So. But, Cam Newton, 22, Matthew Stafford, got the Super Bowl, went to 3 playoffs and lost one and done with the Lions, but then he got to the Rams. And I think they played a wild card. They played 4 games. I think they won 4 games on their way to the Super Bowl. They beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship and then defeated the Bengals, Joe Burrow and them. So, by the way, Joe Burrow is going to be on this list, I think. Josh Allen was already on this list, but I took him off because I said I want to do he played 6 seasons, Lamar played 5, so I think both of them, if I did like a top 40, they'll be on there. And then Burrow probably top 50, even though he ain't played that long. He's already been to a Super Bowl. I think Burrow gonna have a great career. Like that's one of my favorite players too. But 23, Steve McNair, rest in peace, man. Still sad. Won an MVP, split it with he tied with Peyton Manning in 03. So the fact that he tied with Peyton Manning, one of the greatest quarterbacks we ever seen. That proves him right there. And he already been to Super Bowl with the Titans, and they lost to the greatest show on turf. So 24, Matt Ryan, got the numbers, man. Even outside of a dome, like what 45-degree weather or less, Matt Ryan still went 6-3. So I mean, he can't really help where he got drafted to. And I was a fan since he been at Boston College. I'm a Matt Ryan fan. I never hate on Matt Ryan. Number 25, Phillip Rivers. Just left a lot on the table. Like Eli was able to get 2 Super Bowls and 2 Super Bowl MVPs, and Big Ben was able to get the 2 Super Bowls. It might have been 3 though. I know they played the Cardinals and won. They played the Seahawks and won. That's the one they say he played bad in. The Seahawks one, I think though. The Cardinals he played good with Antonio Holmes and them. They won that one. Yep. But anyway, Phillip Rivers 25. He almost got beat out by Flacco, but I think it was like a percentage higher completion percentage in the playoffs. That's how close it was. Like the regular season numbers is there. The just the eye test, they all passed that. And then Flacco did win the Super Bowl. Phillip didn't, but I gotta consider like Ed Reed and all of them. But Flacco was good, man. I don't know why people be hating on him. Flacco was a good quarterback, man. He got a strong arm too. Yep, and he came through when it mattered in the clutch. Yep. 27, Fran Tarkenton. I think he got over 40,000 yards and he might have more than that, but in a tough passing era. So I respect him. 28, Dan Fouts. Don't know much about him, but looked at the numbers and the other lists and the articles, so he's in there. Then 29 is Jared Goff. I think he played his way. I think he was already like top 50. It's just like the last 2 years with the Lions, what he did. Then he took them to the NFC Championship game. And then the fact that he ain't throw no picks in the playoffs. It's just like he having a good career, man. I know he had some injuries and stuff, and they traded him basically. It seemed like the Rams was just like, not out of disrespect, but just traded him and they threw him in there like, okay, because Brad Holmes got a good relationship with the Rams and all McVay and all them, so he sent them there. And I didn't think he was gonna redeem himself. He did, man. I thought it was just like a throw in. Okay, we're gonna keep Goff until we draft a quarterback, but now we don't even have to draft one. I think Goff is the future quarterback. So I say I'm a Lions fan. So 30 is Russell Wilson. Still got to put him in the top 30. He got to bounce back though. It's like I don't want to just say 2 years destroy his whole career, but he got to debunk those narratives about him. Like, oh, they had Legion of Boom or Marshawn Lynch. That was more of them. Then you look at the I don't think he ever threw for 4,000 yards. I don't think so. He was more. He made the throws when he had to, but he was more playing game manager role really in Seattle. But I like Russell Wilson though. Like he be breaking loose, throwing the ball down the field to Curse and what's the other dude? They had Tate. Yeah, they ain't had the greatest receivers, but he still, got them in the end zone. He was a good quarterback. So that's it. Number 1, Tom Brady. 2, Joe Montana. 3, Peyton Manning. 4, Patrick Mahomes. 5, Aaron Rodgers. 6, Johnny Unitas. 7, Dan Marino. 8, Drew Brees. 9 is Bart Starr. 10, John Elway. 11, Brett Favre. 12, Roger Staubach. 13 is Steve Young. 14 is Terry Bradshaw. 15 is Troy Aikman. 16 is Ben Roethlisberger. 17 is Jim Kelly. 18 is Warren Moon. 19 is Kurt Warner. 20 is Eli Manning. 21 is Cam Newton. 22 is Stafford. 23 is McNair. 24 is Matt Ryan. 25 is Phillip Rivers. 26 is Flacco. 27 is Tarkenton. 28 is Fouts. Jared Goff is in at number 29. Number 30 is Russell Wilson. Just the first annual. So let me know if on the second annual. I'm talking after I do it. I'm gonna do it after every Super Bowl. Let me know if y'all think I should do 50. That's a lot of work though, man. At least y'all can see who climbing up the list and stuff like that. Or maybe I can just do first 20 out and just put them all in not in order. And then just go through them. Oh, so this person passed Wilson. You know what I'm saying? That's how I want to keep the list updated. But yeah, I'll probably just keep it myself and just put 20 names down like Josh Allen's of the world, Lamar Jackson. Probably Michael Vick, Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe almost made this list.